Hello, this is Kara from Kara Tarot with a general reading for Tuesday, August 19th, 2025. I'm doing the reading with the Swagatam Tarot. And the spread that I'm using is the Wandering Star spread from the guidebook to the Wandering Star Tarot. It's a 7-card spread. We have the heart of the matter, the shadow, a blind spot, the light, the best course of action, the wound, a core wound that may block intuition, the sway, an external influence the wound just goes here. The sway, the external influence that needs evaluating, the guide, and the outcome. Just trying to make sure everything's in the frame here. So the heart of the matter is the Page of Swords. The Page of Swords is often a young person. It's someone who can be a little duplicitous, but they're using that duplicity in your favor. Someone who's acting behind the scenes. You may not even be aware that this person is working on your behalf. The pages are all messengers, of course, and the messenger is one of thought and communication. This is a young person also very engaged in learning. 2, the shadow, a blind spot, preventing momentum. It's the 2 of smoke. Smoke is the 5th suit in this deck. The smoke suit equals the spirit. The 2s represent duality and a balance of tension. The 2 of smoke, thoughtlessness, carelessness, or haze, perhaps not knowing what's going on. So this could color what's going on if you're the person that's acting in this kind of youthful, investigative manner. You may not have all the information that you need. The 3rd card, the light, the best course of action for a desired outcome. The Knight of Pentacles, my crush boy. The Knight of Pentacles is known for waiting, getting all the information, being patient, taking his time, thinking long range before acting. I said before, historically they say that Elizabeth I and Abraham Lincoln were called the great procrastinators by some. But for Queen Elizabeth actually said she felt that most things take care of themselves if you give them time to work themselves out without you intervening, which is a great way for a leader to think about it. So this would be a little more leadership of the troops. Make sure you've got all of your information before you dive in, especially if there's some hidden information going on here. The 4th is the wound, a core wound that may be blocking your intuition. And this is the Ace of Cups. The aces are about beginnings. They're about new starts, and this is about emotions. It's about foundations, possibilities, hope, creation. The Ace of Cups is also, add to that, about romance, love, movement, as opposed to stagnation. So if this is a wound, it could be that you've dived into an emotional situation before and been hurt. Maybe your affections weren't returned, or whatever, you gave your emotions to a project and you were burned because it wasn't successful or everybody didn't get on board. the sway, an external influence that needs evaluating. And this is the Knight of Swords. The external influence wants you to dive in right away. It doesn't want you to wait. It doesn't want you to plan. It wants you to jump right in. I recently heard someone refer to the knights as taking on impossible tasks. This knight says, you know, get all of your information before you take on that impossible task. It may be possible. This knight, even though he's air and thought and communication, he jumps right in, and sometimes with cutting words, with alienating people, diving right in without having all of this information that we're waiting for. The guide, an unexpected guide for your journey, is the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups is usually about cutting your losses and walking away. In this deck, they say that the eights are about power and money and balance and materialism. The eights in this deck are all trees. So that's a lot more stability than the normal Eight of Cups in the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. These trees lend a materialism and stability to these emotions. And so an unexpected guide for your journey, it is still telling you to walk away, go on a spiritual path, and give up the worldly aspects. This is sandalwood is the tree, and it grows in the forests in India. It's cooling, fragrant, and has skin healing properties. It's heavily in demand and has restricted supply. There are also poisonous snakes that coil themselves around the trunks of the tree of sandalwood. So this guide, an unexpected guide, is again telling you to wait, back away, center yourself spiritually. Maybe not walk away entirely, but center yourself spiritually before taking action. And the outcome for your highest good is the Ace of Swords. Again, we have beginnings, but this is the air. The swords are air and communication, thoughts, communication. The Ace of Swords is telling you to go back, I think, because all of these are telling you to take your time and go back, except for this one, and this is an external influence, and this tells you forget the external influence, go inside and start fresh. Go back as if you were starting the project or this relationship brand new, and reevaluate from that place of just starting. And you're probably going to have new perceptions, a sharper mental way of approaching it, and make sure you're adding your spiritual upliftment. And that will help you hold on, gather information. If you're, again, both of these are telling you spiritually center yourself before you take any action, before you even get too involved. Spiritually center yourself. And I'm going to add a card from the Craft and Decadence Oracle to just cap this reading off. And this is Glorified Anima. This is the Yin power and Sophia sovereignty. This deck doesn't do any more description. There's no guidebook. So we just have to take a good look at the image here. We have what appears to be the Virgin Mary, blueberries, the spirit rising above. this is again encouraging you, as these two cards did, to rest in your highest intuition, your highest spiritual leanings. Really center yourself before you can gather these pearls of wisdom. You have to center yourself before taking action. And that's the reading for today. I hope this is meaningful to you. If not, I hope you've enjoyed learning a little bit about this unusual deck, the Swagatam Tarot. Thank you.